Hello transport planners and fellow transport nerds, and welcome back to Talking Planning. We are in a small town called Janurary, which is a growing area in the Port Stephens region. And if you look behind me at that little dot there, you're going to see the feature of today's video. Since Wednesday is midweek, I decided it would be a good day to check out a midi-bus, which can be pretty rare in the Hunter. Most Hunter Valley buses out and about on route service duties are full-sized Volvo or Scania low floors. I've reviewed one of their Scania L94 UBs already, and I reviewed a Mercedes 0405NH on a trip out to Singleton a little while back. Today's review is of an MAN 11220, which if you look to the back of the bus, you can see its former operator was Westbus. And for some reason, Westbus decided, annoyingly, that orange needed to cover most surfaces of the interior of this bus. It's a rather obnoxious colour scheme, but at least they tried to do something unique. Still, getting a midi-bus in route service is quite rare, so here's how I managed to catch this one. On Saturday the 23rd of January, I headed out to Mandowi and caught the 9999 Mandowi shuttle. Grahamstown Road was closed for roadworks and the normal scheduled buses, the 136 and 137, had to divert around it. To ensure that public transport access was maintained, a free shuttle bus, the 9999, was put in place for 2 weeks, operating Monday to Saturday. I caught the 9999 on its last day of operation, and I was the only passenger on board. This meant that I got to experience the MAN Midi in all its glory for the first and quite possibly the last time. And as a bonus, it was a perfect introduction to one of the key suburbs of within Port Stephens before I started work on Monday. If you've been through Mandowi more recently, it has had a little bit of a facelift since this review was filmed, with the Mandowi makeover resulting in some swish new public benches, landscaping and a bunch of new metal leaves dotted throughout the town centre. I may have even spent 7 hours painting said metal leaves on a team building day. Anyway, back to Mandowi. The town is known for its tall trees, and you'll see plenty of them out the window as we make our way towards Grahamstown Dam. Fun fact, because this is a man-made dam, there are some interesting planning matters that relate to it. If you head to the New South Wales e-planning spatial viewer and you turn on property and lot layers and zoom right in, you can see old property boundaries in the lake. It was one of the first things I noticed and when I started looking at GIS mapping systems of Port Stephens. Something tells me it might be a hard sell to get a rezoning request over the line for those few lots. So now that I've finished actually talking planning, we can get back to this MAN Midi-bus. So let's discuss those numbers and the fact that they actually mean important things. 11 refers to it being an 11-ton chassis, and the 220 refers to this thing having 220 horsepower, which might be weak today, but was a lot better than many midi-buses of the late 90s and early 2000s. For example, MAN built a 10155 engine and chassis combo, which would probably make this seem like an absolute rocket ship, so let's have a listen now. As I've said several times before, I think it's a real shame that Midi-buses aren't used widely in route service. There are plenty of low patronage services that wind through tight housing estates and narrow streets where a short body bus with a short wheelbase would be well suited. I'm just glad that the Midi shuttle proved how effective these vehicles can be for this purpose, even if it was only for a 2-week period. I'm also really glad I managed to catch this bus, as chances are I might not get to catch another one again. Anyway, we're now back to almost where we started, so I guess it's time to wrap up this video, but before I do, I wanted to take a few seconds to look at some stats. As it turns out, about 3/4 of you who watch my videos aren't subscribed yet, and that means you are missing out on notifications when a new video is released. And that means you might not see the latest Busweek videos, and trust me, you won't want to miss tomorrow's one. So, if you've already pushed that red button, thank you, and if you haven't done it yet, well, please accept this cordial invitation to press the subscription button and ring the bell, so that you don't miss out on our channel's next stop. Alrighty, so that was a review of an MAN Midi. I think it's an 11220, but I'll have to check the fleet list to confirm, with a custom CB30 body operating the Midi shuttle, which, by the way, this service actually finishes on Monday, the 25th. So unfortunately, you might be a little bit out of luck if you want to try and catch it. But anyway, thanks for joining me. I'll see you again soon.